YouTube, what's the deal? Let's get it started. Chasing MrHamilton is the name, trucking is the game. My wallet to get swole is the goal, with the heart of a lion, mentality of a hyena. Right now I am in Louisiana, just coming back from Illinois. I got a story for y'all. I got an interstate story for y'all, YouTube. So YouTube, I've known, let me keep it short, right? By the way, I'm stopping at Love's real quick. I got to get me a little something to drink. Go ahead and pee, stuff like that. I should be back in the yard in like somewhere between 3-4 hours. It's now 11, almost 12 o'clock. On the 7th, I think, because I think today's Tuesday, in the year of our Lord 2018. So YouTube, like I said, I'm getting back from Illinois. So I'm gonna tell you a story that happened before I left for this trip, actually. All right, so I knew this guy, right? Like, I mean, I've known like a really long time, way before the years of trucking, So a few weeks ago, or 2-3 weeks ago, he hit me up on Facebook, right? He's like, hey, are you still getting money? Are you still, is the pay still good for trucking? Stuff like that, the typical, you know what I mean? I said, oh yeah, man. He's like, man, I'm a freaking Uber driver, or what? All right, first of all, that alone right there, man. If you're out here Uber driving, you need to let go. Move on to the next, take the step, get that Class A, get that MBA, never broke again license, and come on to trucking, baby. But anyway, so he was like, I'm an Uber driver right now, or it's either Uber or Lyft. I forgot, it's one of those, right? He said, man, how can I get into trucking? That was the question. So your boy took the time to motivate this man. I gave him some priceless advices and everything, right? I laid it down. I recommended companies he might want to start with. If he doesn't want to get a student loan and go to a junior college for trucking school, I gave him names of companies that will train you, that will put you to school, train you, and then obviously when you're done, you're gonna have to drive for them a little bit. I gave him the in and outs. You know what I mean? The in and outs that I didn't have as a rookie when I first started trucking. So I laid it down on this man. And so, let me see, how long? I think like a week passed, like sometime last week or a week before that, I hit him up, trying to get him up. I'm like, sir, so what's up? So did you decide what company? Are you still interested in trucking? YouTube. You're not gonna believe what this man told me, YouTube. You're not gonna believe. Yeah, I don't want to go through the few hours. So what I'm gonna do is, because I'm just literally going in to get something to drink, and yeah, I'm literally just going in to get something to drink, take a piss, and come back out. So I'm gonna park right here by the Love's mechanic shop. Anyways, YouTube, upon asking this gentleman, this guy told me, nah, God don't want me to get into trucking. What? So are you telling me? I was like, wait. I was like, so God don't want you to get money, so God don't want you to get better paid than whatever the heck people make in driving for Uber. He said, nah, God got other plans for me. Now look, don't confuse, don't misunderstand me. I do believe that the good Lord will tell you things to do. You know what I mean? I think the good Lord, some people, God have plans for you to be a missionary. Some people, God have plans for you to be teacher, doctor, blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes, right? But this man said God don't want him to be in trucking. I got to think about that. Does God really not want this man to be a trucking? Or after I broke it down for him, after I told him the ins and outs, the dirty, the good, the bad, the ugly about trucking, that he decided, man, I'm still living with my family. I'm 26 years old or 27 or whatever. I'm still living with my family, still living with my pops, mom, or whatever. I ain't really gotta pay no bills. I like playing video games. I'd rather just, chill. I ain't got no girlfriend right now per se. All that trucking, all that going away for weeks at a time to start with, all that responsibility is too much, so I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think that might be the case. Because I really don't see God saying, look, you making $200 a week, I don't want you making $6,000, $8,000, $1,000, $1,100, $1,500. I don't think God said don't grow $1,700, $1,500, or $500 a week. Comparison to you making $200, $300 a week. I don't even think Uber drivers make $200, $300 a week, to be honest. I'm thinking $200 on the best week, maybe. But anyways, man, ain't that crazy? That's crazy. These men said God don't want him to be a trucker. It's more like I don't want to give up playing Fortnite every day. I don't want the stress of having to be on time. I don't want all this. I don't know. That's how I interpret it. I think that's what it is. Once reality hit his ass, he decided, man, there's a lot of money to be made here, but I also don't want to. I also not ready for the responsibility that it takes, the commitment that it takes to be in trucking. And not just him. This is for everybody, man. This is why we have such a high turnover ratio in trucking. People see it, the money, they hear about the money, they see the lifestyle that some truckers have or whatever, especially single men who ain't hold down. They see what you gross, they see the money, they want to come, they're enticed by the money. But what they don't understand is when the reality hit them, the sacrifices you got to make, time away from your family, your wife, kid, if you got some, the pressure and stress of having to deal with the customer, having to be on time on deliveries, having to do all this extra, that's what I don't think they think about. So, but once that hit them, they ended up quitting 2-3 months after starting trucking and let their license go, and they go back to the mediocre job, flipping burgers or making $10, $15 an hour, whatever. You know what I mean? I think that's the issue. That's why I want people, if you're gonna help somebody get into trucking, just lay it on them, man. Just lay it on them from the beginning. Look, this is what you're gonna have to deal with. It ain't all milk and honey. It's hard work, dedication. There's a whole lot of money to be made, but you're gonna have to start like everything else, man. You're gonna have to start from the bottom of the table. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to start as a servant. You're gonna have to start from the trenches, the mud, the slum. You know what I mean? And you just can't come into the palace and expect to sit on the table with the king. It don't happen like that, man. You're gonna have to start as a servant. You're gonna have to sweep that floor, hop in that kitchen. You're gonna have to stand in attention, while the king and his knights are eating. Eventually you will make it, but it takes time. It takes time. Anyways, that's the interstate story. You know what I'm saying? You too. Like and subscribe, man. I'm gonna get me this sweet tea or whatever the heck they got to offer. It's Wendy's, so they probably got sweet tea. No food. I'll be back and I'm out.